It's the info. It's the man with the info. Whatever you wanna know, come join the man with the info show. It's the info. It's the man with the info. Whatever you wanna know, come join the man with the info show. It's the info. It's the info. Whatever you wanna know, come join the man with the info show. It's the info. We got the info. Whatever you wanna know, come join the man with the info show. It's the info man. You can call him information info man. Kicking knowledge all over this nation. Win, lose, or draw. You can bring your hate team, but if you want to win, please don't bring your debate team. We talking Japanese shogun, Aztecs, old mix, and African dogun.
Brother, give me your opinions on what you think is going on in this society today. You know, all the stuff that's going on. We got Trump. You know, you got the recent incident out here in Sacramento, the cat that was shot by the police. You got all type of stuff going on out here in Sacramento, California.
And you know what, man? It's all a lack of love in this world. And I think this is a sign of the times, man. All this stuff right is already written already. But it's all about love, man. Until the nation can come together and share that right love, the love of Christ, it ain't gonna never get no better. You know, I think it's sad, man, what we're going through right now, that we can't come together, man, as one people. You know what I'm saying? What do you think it's gonna take? I know you said the love of Christ, that spiritual foundation. Correct. What else you think it's gonna take, along with the spiritual foundation, which is very important? You know what, man? In this black community, man, I think we gotta come together, man. Some kind of way that parents need to really, really get on these kids too. You know, be more in these kids' life, man, because the kids ain't got no role models, man. The role models is all these rappers, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And the kids out here, they making bad decisions. They're killing themselves, man. And okay. What do you think? I have this thing I'm going to be doing about how black men, we need to get back to the sort of, it's a metaphor, sort of get back to the James Evans way of raising our kids. Now, we all grew up watching Good Times. And we saw how James Evans' character in the household was very important, because he kept his family in line, right? And I feel like as black men raising our kids or mentoring our kids in our community, we need to get back to that way, the tough love way of raising our kids. What's your perspective on that, brother? I agree with that, brother. It's so many distractions, you know, that these kids are facing. YouTube videos and rap music, you know what I'm saying? There's so many distractions, but I agree with you. We got to get back to the old-fashioned way of raising our kids up. Going to school, chores, you know what I'm saying? And like the Word of God say, man, the kids need more discipline, man. You know, and I think a lot of kids don't have that, and I think that's where if we get back to that, I think that'll really, really help the black community too, because I'm from Del Paso Heights, you know what I'm saying, and Strawberry Manors. And man, listen to this. When I was growing up, it was totally different than this, bro. Okay. I mean, ain't no respect no more. Now, ain't no morals or values. Are you a Gen Xer? You're a Gen X. You're a Gen Xer. Were you a Generation X? Are you Generation Xer? You got millennials today. Right. You had the Gen Xers. I'm a Gen Xer. Right. 48 years old. Then you had the baby boomers who kind of were the ones that raised us. I would say I'm a Gen Xer. Okay, you're a Gen Xer. So, and a lot of us Gen Xers have said, you know, well, the boomers have in some ways failed us, in some ways they haven't. Correct. Right? And let's be honest, these millennials have come from our loins. I know. Okay? And maybe we have have we not made the mistakes of our own, let's say some baby boomers, not all. Correct. Because I know I grew up in a neighborhood where I was raised by the whole community. You know, if I was outside at night before the lights went off, when the street light came on, I got spanked by the old men, yes, and got spanked when my mom came home. Where have we failed in that type of community? Because black folks we live in communities that we call communities, but I really see them as not real communities nowadays. More just we're occupying space. Correct. Because nowadays it seems like if you try to say something to a young man out here in the streets about, hey, you know, carry yourself with dignity,
you may have this mama or family member that may say, don't talk to my son that way.
Right,
I mean, we've
right.
lost all like protocols. And I like to say a term that I use a lot is that we need to get back to a code, brother. We're off code.
Right.
What are your feelings about that?
I'm gonna try to stay. I'm gonna go a little more spiritual.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that.
It's a lack of the fathers in the homes, man.
Okay.
It's a fatherless issue. It's a lot of homes out here right now with single mamas with no daddies.
Yes.
The daddy's either dead or locked up in prison. Mm-hmm. That's the original structure, how God created a family to be. The male has to be in the household because he's the head of the house.
Yes.
He's the leader of the house. A female can't raise no man up. She cannot raise a boy. I mean, she can try to, but the absence of the father, that boy ain't gonna learn how to be a man without his daddy.
Okay.
Man.
These are some of the things that are being said across conscious communities across America, where they're saying that one of the reasons why you see disarray in some black communities, because I don't want to put everybody in the same bag, in some black communities, is because of the fact that you have a situation in which you've had black women that have brought into this ideology of feminism.
Correct.
Get the man out of the household.
Correct.
Make the government and the food stamps and the welfare to replace the black man in the household. And as a result of that, with black men being out of the community, in some communities, the communities are running amok because women are not technically built for the leadership that men bring to stabilizing the family, because the man's supposed to be the head of the family, and stabilizing the community. And without our stabilization, I'm talking about real men, not individuals that think they're a man because they can produce a lot of kids. That's one of the reasons, or that's a theory as to why you see some black communities out of this sort of an unnatural balance. And along with what you were saying about getting it farther away from spiritual belief, that's a detriment.
Yeah, because you got to understand that all the love comes from God. You see what I'm saying? He's love, and unless you have God in your heart, you can't love.
Yes.
That's why there's so much racism going on right now. Man, listen to this. Only a fool.
Only a fool
will dislike a man because his skin color, brother. We all the same, brother.
Okay.
But see what it is, the enemy here, the devil here, man, and the whole nation is deceived, man. Some people are raised up racist. And you know what, brother? I ain't knocking the president, man, but he's the wrong president. I don't.
Well, look, brother, some would say that even the more we think that we are the same, in a lot of ways, in some ways we may not be. Because, let me say this. When you look at black people historically in America and through our history, through centuries, yeah, we've had intertribal wars, you would say, in what we call the continent of Africa, but it has never really been our nature as a people to sort of try to infiltrate other cultures.
Correct.
Now, when you look at the European, they have had a history of any time they come in contact with other cultures, they end up either taking the land, some would say give them the Bible, you know, what have you, right? And then there's some that say, well, Christianity, because there's people that say, well, we need to get away from Christianity, right? But there's some that will say, well, Christianity was in Africa for centuries in some form or another, right? Then you have people who subscribe to the Israel Hebrewites, who say that, well, black folks in America are not really from Africa. But I kind of subscribe to the fact, brother, that we're from this whole damn planet. That anytime they do digs, they always find black bones all over this world because, in fact, we're from this whole planet. And I need you to understand this formula that I'm going to tell you right now, brother, is that me and you being black males, blackness is not just a color, it's a frequency resonating off of a high frequency, melanated frequency that comes from the universe, which is, when you look at black holes are made of melanin, which are partially God-given that create this universe that we live in. I don't know how you feel about what I said, but maybe kind of kooky to you, but
no, brother, I understand what you're saying, brother.
With that foundation, yes, we can say that we bleed. We people are different races, and we have blood in our body, we have organs, we have all these different things. But then some would say that that's as far as it goes.
Correct.
Okay? And we know that race has been created as a way to conquer and divide people through history. We know that. But what are your feelings? Because I know you're a very spiritual brother. Yeah, you're a brother of the cloth, a brother of spirituality. So
what I do, I just throw away all the titles. I throw away all the titles and all the names and all that, and I just have a personal relationship with the Creator.
Okay.
And I think if we take the titles, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, all these different titles. What I've done is I say, the heck with these titles. I'm just going to talk straight to the Creator.
Straight to the Creator.
That personal relationship with God, because I feel that there's so much deception here on earth now. So many different doctrines and all this different stuff and different opinions and all this different stuff. I just say, you know what? I just want God straight Himself, and I speak to the Lord, and He answers my prayers, and He hears me, and I hear His voice.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I understand what you were saying, that it's a lot of black history that we don't know, brother. And you know what? I believe they stole a lot of our stuff from us, man. A lot.
Well, you got the situation going on over in Israel right now.
Correct.
Where you have the Palestinians who feel that the land was given to them by God.
Right.
The Jewish folks, the Jewish people. We know the original Jews were the Ethiopians of East Africa, who actually migrated over, who were there.
Correct.
They also did a dig where they found black people's bones there before the so-called European Jews got there. Now, both these folks are fighting over the land and the issues, right?
Correct.
But one of the things that people fail sometimes to understand is that land that they're fighting over doesn't belong to either one of them, because that was land that black folks was on before they got there.
Wow.
That is the narrative that you're never going to hear on the news in this country.
That's powerful.
That the land that they're both fighting over doesn't even belong to either one of them. They belong to us, melanated people in this universe.
I agree, brother.
So, brother, that's one of the things that we have to not let this alphabet news programs that we have fool us.
Correct.
Because they're going to paint a narrative that is based in you being a brother that's very spiritual, that's not of truth, that's not of God.
Correct.
So, what do you think about that? I said a mouthful.
Well, that's deep right there too, brother. And like you said, it's so much history. There's so many, lies out there and just false doctrines going on right now, brother. And I'm gonna say this one thing right here. I'm gonna say I'm a man of Christ.
You can get in if you want.
I believe this is the reason why Christ came down here, to bring this love back to a sinful nation. And people don't understand that it's all a big spiritual war. See what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people are stuck in the natural realm because with the physical eye, we can't really see spiritual things. But it's a devil here, adversary. His job is to kill, steal, and
destroy. How you doing, young brother?
And deceive all humanity. And he's here right now. And this is a spiritual war. That's why it don't seem like we can fix this stuff, because we're battling in the physical realm, but we start battling in the spiritual realm where all the demons is. That's deceiving all mankind.
Let me ask you this question to folks that'll be watching and looking at this all over the place, all over the world. And it'll also be on my podcasting.
Oh, it's gonna be nice,
it's gonna be on iTunes, Google, and what's the other one I've got? iHeart podcast. What do you say as a spiritual brother to those who have conflict with the image of the white Jesus? Now, you see this image in parts of Africa, and we've seen this image growing up in this society. Where are you with that issue, being that the Bible tells you that Jesus had feet of bronze, woolly hair. Now, we've gotten those sort of descriptions that have been taught to us over the years growing up. Where are you on that issue as a spiritual brother yourself?
I believe that Jesus was a black man.
Okay.
I believe he was a black man.
So when you speak of Jesus, as you did a few minutes ago, you're talking about a melanated Jesus,
right?
From the universe.
I don't have a European mindset. On a white Jesus. That's what the Roman Catholics did. The Roman Catholics painted a picture of Jesus as a white man. That's all error. That's all false. And the Roman Catholics want to put him to death because he was black. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is right there. It's a big old race war, man. It's a big race war, but I agree with you, brother. We are special. We are special, a special creation. African American man is a special creation, but we gotta know who we are though. See, that's the problem. We don't know who we are.
We don't know who we are.
There's a lot of African American men out here that you see, they don't know the power that's within us.
Do you think, this is very important, do you think that a lot of times brothers are too, and I'm generalizing here of course, that some brothers are too caught up in their ability to be able to get as many women as they want, the sexual potency, to be able to say, hey, I'm a man because I'm able to have so many kids, or I have so many women on my jock, so to speak. Where do you fall on that? Is that becoming something that we're relying too much on that representing our manhood, rather than what's in our mind as well?
You know what it is? What it is? I'm gonna get spiritual again. That's a spirit of lust.
Okay.
See, men want to control women. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, if you read the Bible, a man's supposed to honor his woman, arrest her. The women are so powerful and special, and every man comes from a woman. You see what I'm saying? And a woman comes from our ribs. But I think that the women in America now are getting mistreated. The women should hire their standards, though. Okay. Take their standards a lot higher than what their standards are today, because that's the problem. The women's standards are so low, they'll accept any kind of man. Okay. But see, a woman is precious, man. She's a queen. Yes. She has so much value, you know, and a lot of women, they've been abused, they've been oppressed, spit on, stepped on, and they're not being loved right, brother.
Okay. Introduce, before we end this, brother, remind everybody, and I'm sorry about this, remind everybody your name, who you are, and all that good stuff.
My name is Samuel King, and I've been in Sacramento all my life, Sacramento, California, you know what I'm saying, 916, you feel me? This is CeCe Cutz Barbershop right here in the Thomas, 4261 the Thomas Boulevard. The best cuts in Sacramento. Y'all come out and get a haircut.
I'll be more
knowledge. Come get some of this good knowledge, this spiritual knowledge. And I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, only the strong gonna survive here on this earth right now.
That's right. That's right.
The truth will set us free.
That's right.
You have to know who you are in Christ. You have to know how powerful this African American skin is and what we can do. I'm serious, y'all.
And I will be promoting the shop.
Yes, sir.
We'll be promoting the shop, brother.
4261 the Thomas Boulevard.
God bless you. Let me read. I'm about to read. It's very popular. No. You're gonna get that sent. Let me.
You helped me a lot too, brother.
Flip this around a little bit.
I had to say the right things, but you helped me a lot, brother.
It's the info. It's the man with the info. Whatever you want.